Ashe, Ashe and Grand Rising. A grand and beautiful day to you all, my fellow humans, and welcome to this day 29th in the series of Another Perspective on Healthy Living with your Senior Lifestyle Advisor Plus. Yes, it is I, the Mystic Philosopher. Let me quickly remind you that if you haven't or if you didn't watch episode 28, the last previous episode, and all my previous episodes starting from episode 1 to episode number 28, and also in consecutive order, I strongly recommend and suggest that you please do so before proceeding to watch this and listen to this episode number 29. As I said in previous episodes, that I think that in order for you to get a better understanding and overstanding of my perspectives, the perspectives I share in these talks, it would be good if you watch them in consecutive order. Yes, we may agree to disagree, and they are not necessarily your perspective. You might not agree with them, no problem. These are my perspectives from the Mystic Philosopher, angle of observation. So I would strongly ask that you please do so before watching this. You can also watch this and go back, but I honestly think that it would be better off if you do them in consecutive order. Let me also begin this episode 29 by borrowing a portion of a quote from the 7 Hermetic Principles. For those of you that are into metaphysics and philosophy may no doubt come across or studied the 7 Hermetic Principles, teachings of Trismegistus. Principle, and I'm going to be borrowing principle number 6, portion of principle number 6. And the 7th Hermetic Principle is called the principle of cause and effect. And I quote, "Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause." Unquote. Simply put, there is no cause without an effect. And there is no effect without a cause or without cause. And from the Mystic Philosopher's perspective, it is extremely difficult, if not totally impossible, to contemplate the 6th Hermetic Principle without involving the following 4 words, or according to the English language, the following 4 adverbs. Namely, number 1, how. Number 2, when. Number 3, where. And of course, number 4, why. How, when, where, and why. And among these 4, the one that I will have you all, my listeners and watchers, focus on is the word why. Yes, the word why. So, by now you too, having watched all my previous episodes, and especially the last episode number 28, by now you too may agree with the Mystic Philosopher, or at the very least you too may understand, and overstand why I, the Mystic Philosopher, think. I know that all of the aforementioned worldly rich, worldly materially wealthy, militarily and politically powerful humankind, aka the elites, the oppressors, and the so-called world leaders, etc., why they are not at all happy. You no doubt may agree with me. And also, by now, you know why they are not happy, but that they are only existing. They are not at all happy, but they are only existing, meaning they are just there. They are just there. And in some cases, if not in all cases, to their victims, or to those of us that are their victims, they are just like waste and nuisances that are just here and there. But as it relates to the true and natural way of life, the way of life that is in accordance to our mother and source, Mother Nature, they are not living. By now you know, or at the very least, now you should know, by now you should know why they subjugate and oppress people. And now you know why they try to make all of us, the natural native earthly humans, we the earth's organic humans, lives a living hell. Now you know. By now, you know that it is because they are fearful and miserable. They are living in fear. By now, you know that they are living in fear, mental agony, and misery. And as the saying goes, guess what? Misery love company, and that's why they try to make our life a living hell. Just ask yourselves, why do you think they surround themselves with so much force and the forces of evil? Ask yourself. And why do they use so much force and the forces of evil to subjugate and oppress others? Ask yourself. Activated common sense will affirm that if or when you are fearful, or more correctly, when you are full of fear, consequently filled with miseries. And why? Why are you filled with miseries and fear? Because what? Fear breeds and produces what? More fear. It breeds and produces after its kind. Fear breeds and produces terror and misery, or if I might add, terrors and miseries. You are not really living when you are filled with fear. You are not really living, or nor can you be living. But that you are only existing, you are only there or here. Yes, you may be alive, you're breathing, but you are not living. You are only existing. And if you don't understand, overstand, that time will not permit me here to get into that. But just think about it. By now you too should know that if these the aforementioned humankind, or kind of human, aka the aforementioned bad-minded people, were at all happy, then everybody around them would be what? Happy. We all would be what? Happy. In other words, if the governments, the politicians, the mind controllers, the elites, the so-called world leaders, etc., were in any sense of the word happy people, if they were at all happy, then our activated common sense is hereby telling us that the entire world would be happy. All the peoples and nations of the earth would be what? Happy. For when the righteous people are in authority, as it is written, righteous meaning right thinking, when right thinking people are in authority, again, righteous meaning happy people. Because you cannot be righteous, meaning you cannot be thinking right thoughts and be unhappy. But when the righteous are in authority, the people do what? Rejoice. Be happy. But when the wicked and abominable people, when the unjust, you know them people, the unjust, the bias, again, because when they are in authority, people do what? Mourn, people groan, people sigh, people frustrated, people stressed out, People suffer. People are restless. People are tormented. So whenever you see or hear torment people, you see people and they are restless and tormented, you know what happened. You know what is going on. For from a child I was taught the formula for happiness and the way of happiness in a nursery rhyme that says, most children don't learn these things anymore. I don't hear these things singing and people, and playing anymore. But from a child, when I was a child, I was taught the formula and the way of happiness in a nursery rhyme. And here what the nursery rhyme says, and I'm sure those of you are older like me, over 65, guess what happened? It said this: the time to be happy is now. Not in the past, not yesterday. The past is dead and static. The future is, the past is dead and static. Dead and static. So the time to be happy is when? Now. The place to be happy is where? Here and now. And the way to be happy is to do what? Listen to here now. The way to be happy. The way to be happy. If you're sad right now, if you're miserable right now, amidst all that is going on, this is the formula. The way to be happy is to make others happy and have a little heaven right here. In other words, happy people don't, and happy people can't make other people unhappy. And nor would they even try. If you are blaming happy people for making you unhappy, you have the problem, not them. Happy people, which is equal to what? Righteous people, which is equal to what? Righteous people are right thinking people, fair thinking people, which is equal to just people, aka people of justice, equal to what? Sane people. They don't and they can't and they won't exploit people. They won't repress people. They won't subjugate people and they won't humiliate people. They won't dominate people. They won't abuse people or oppress people and destroy other people in any way, shape, or form. So when you see people are abusing and all that, no, I know it was there, you possibly never thought about it, but the mystic philosopher is just removing the veil. It's because them people are wicked and unhappy and misery have company. So here is a word of enlightenment and encouragement at the same time from yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. If any of you, my listeners and watchers right now, and fellow humans, if you have a boss, or a supervisor, a teacher, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a business partner, or just a friend, a neighbor, and anyone or anybody, a government, an authority figure, an enemy, etc. You name it. Or you name them. If you have any of them that is bent on making your life fearful and miserable, no, you should know and know that you know that it is because they themselves, they are mentally deranged, they are demonically possessed, they are out of their natural senses, they are insane, they are sick and self-destructive. Now you know that they are on the path to what? Self-destruction, and thus they are in effect manifesting their unhappiness. And I quote, those whom the gods wishes to destroy, they first make them mad. So when you see these insane people, you know they are in the path of what? Destruction. By now you too should know that they are not at peace with themselves. And the reason why they are not at peace, and also the reason why they can never and will never find peace, is because the way of peace they know not, the way of peace they do not know. But please stay tuned for another perspective on peace coming soon. Stay tuned. Now at the end of episode 28, I spoke about the dangers of greed and envy. And in my attempt at emphasizing my point, I also quoted a scripture from the Adamic Race History and Holy Book, aka the Christian Holy Bible, where it is recorded that the character or the man called Jesus or Yahushua himself said the following, and I quote, "Then he said to them, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." And that is from the New International Translation, a New International Version. And here, and he said, I'm going to quote from another version, the King James Version, and here he said, it is alleged, he said, unto them, take heed, be aware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possessed. Unquote. King James Version, Luke 12 and verse 15. Now, hopefully you had watched the previous episodes. I also told you that in my most sincere attempt at sharing this that I perceive and believe to be a very important message and a liberating truth to the youths of the world, that I have written and sung a song titled Don't Envy the Rich. And I told you that I would love to close out that segment. It was in episode 28. But I have to do it here in episode 29. I will love to close out this segment, in fact, by reading for you the true text from it. Remember, I don't write lyrics. I write true text. But then I told you that in episode 28 that I ran out of time. And right now, I would like to share it here and end this segment with it here in episode 29. And it goes like this. And I quote from my own song now to you. Listen carefully. An ancient sage once said, if riches increase, set not your heart upon it. Be not consumed by it. For fools on their riches shall soon depart. Like chaff in the wind, soon they shall be no more. Now hear this, my youth. If life was a thing that fame and money could buy, only the rich would live and all the poor would die. If mankind could find inner peace in the abundance of things they possess, then the wicked, greedy, and the unjust would be the world's happiest people. Oh yeah, now. So don't envy the rich or the famous, my youth, cause it is not all that glitters is gold. He says some may have religious, political, celebrity powers and fame, but their hearts are evil. Some are perverts, ruthless, rotten, restless souls. Some are hypocrites that are pretending that they are doing good and well. But the real truth, their real life is what? A living hell. Some can't even sleep at nights. No. Worldly fame and success is not true happiness, my youth. My youths, you must first free your mind from all worldly attachment. Oh yeah. So many people are trapped in the evil system's rat race. 9/10 of their lives are spent chasing worldly possessions. They believe fame and success would bring them peace and true happiness. But it is an endless journey. Success has no real destination. Oh no now. So don't envy the rich. Don't envy the rich or the famous, my youths, because it is not all that glitters is gold. No. Some may have religious, political, celebrity powers and fame, but their hearts are evil. They are perverts, ruthless, rotten, restless souls. Some are hypocrites that are only pretending that they are doing good and well, but the truth, their real life is a living hell. Let me tell you now, worldly fame and success is not nature's true happiness, my youths, you must first free your minds from all worldly attachments. So yeah. Now, if scientists could find the key that unlock life mystery, then Charles Darwin's prophecy would become our early reality now. And if you gain all the riches and wealth by sacrificing your spiritual and physical health, then what good is lots of money when you become old, broken, sick, and lonely? Oh yeah, now, my youths, don't you envy the rich or them famous people, my youths, cause it is not all that glitters gold. No, no, no. Some may have religious, political, celebrity power and fame, but their hearts are evil, perverts, ruthless, rotten, restless souls. Oh yeah, now, some are hypocrites that are pretending that they are doing good and well, but the truth is their real life is a living hell. Some can't even sleep at nights. Let me tell you, worldly fame and success is not nature's true happiness, my youths. You must first free your minds from all worldly attachments. Oh yeah, for if life was a thing that money could buy, only the rich would live and all the poor would die, unquote. Now, if you like the Trutix, if you like this Trutix, you can listen to it right here for free on my YouTube channel. Or you can purchase a digital copy on my Bandcamp distribution site or on any major music distribution platform. The links are provided in the description area below this video. By you purchasing a copy of the funds will go towards the completion of many more of my unfinished messages in songs and other projects. But again, my fellow humans, I ran out of time for this segment. Well past my time for this segment. And I realized that I still have much more to say. So please join me in episode 30 when and where I will continue to diligently dissect for you and share with you more of my perspective on another perspective on healthy living with your senior lifestyle advisor plus, yes, I the mystic philosopher. So please stay tuned. I also ask that if at all you can, that you please support this series of short presentations titled Another Perspective on Healthy Living by simply purchasing your daily supply of lignans. If you're not getting your daily supply of lignans, we talk more on that. You're not treating yourself right. So purchase your daily supply of lignans from the Norwegian spruce tree. The lignans I promote is one from the Norwegian spruce tree, and it's called Fountain of Life. Purchase it from yours truly, I the Mystic Philosopher, by clicking on the links provided in the description area below this video. You may also purchase a digital copy of my song playing in the background called Have You Heard of the Fountain of Life? By clicking on by the link of the same name. Your kind support will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime and between time, my people, in your becoming, I will let you be more and definitely not less, aka be less. Be more, not be less. For I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say.